reporting here. Probably wondering what life is like under a police state in Australia. If this is tyranny, I don't want to be free. Tyranny means that when you enter a store, you check in with a UV barcode.
3 years.
And you wear a mask when you're inside the store. So that's the law. And that's how things roll here in Bondi. A nice little Jewish neighborhood. Very Hamish, very friendly. Been in Australia 6 days now. Haven't heard a harsh word, except from within my own head at times. I've seen quite a few synagogues and Jewish schools. Nice place to be Jewish here. Kosher restaurants here in Bondi. All the fixins. So one crazy thing I noticed, I think it's the same in the UK, probably much of the US, much of the industrialized world, is that they're still obsessed with cleaning surfaces. Right? You're not going to get COVID from a surface. Right? It's airborne transmission. But sometimes as a condition of entry, you have to use some kind of hand sanitizer. And they have the lower level staff, such as on the buses, on the trains, like cleaning everything, all the surfaces again and again and again. That's not how COVID's transmitted. We know that's not how COVID's transmitted. So, it's a bit irrational. But early on in the pandemic, right, we heard about, COVID can linger on surfaces for this many hours, we have to scrub and clean, and deep clean, and deep COVID cleaning services were offered. And COVID doesn't linger on the surfaces in a dangerous way, it's airborne transmission. So, wearing a mask seems like common sense to me when you're inside around other people. Australia's got about 1/50th of the per capita death rate of the States. So I'd say they've done a pretty good job with their COVID restrictions, but haven't done anything really that other countries haven't done. They just enjoy many advantages. So we don't really know what it is. We don't really know why. We don't have a strong grasp of why some places have high COVID death rates and other places don't. That looks like a nice walk up the hill. Let's see how I do, mate. Overlooking Bondi Beach. It's a nice Chabad synagogue welcoming Mashiach. Just up the street here. So, not getting any abuse out and about wearing my yarmulke. Keeping it Jewish here in Bondi. So pretty much every shop you go into, they have like the lowest level employees who stand at the door and make sure you check in. And often use hand sanitizer, check in on your smartphone. And wear a mask while you're inside. And I don't hear much grumbling on the street, so I know there was a big protest in Central Business District of Sydney on Saturday, so they have these freedom protests. But overall it seems like the restrictions are fairly popular. Now, I tell everyone I meet that Sydney seems like a really well-run place. The government's working on behalf of its citizens. Though the Sydney siders have lots and lots of complaints. But I see a city where the trains and the buses run on time and the garbage gets picked up. Where everything's lush, abundant parks. What a gorgeous golf course in Bondi. Wow. So I've been hanging out in the eastern suburbs. So these are the most expensive places in Australia. So you can allow the prices to discriminate so that you don't have to. And Queensland's opening up. Maybe you have to pop up to Queensland about 3 weeks. And you no longer have to get that $150 PCR test to show that you're COVID negative to cross over into Queensland. So I see quite a few Muslims out in full Muslim regalia. So this must be a much more multi-culti Australia than the one I left behind in 1977. Haven't heard any racial or religious abuse hurled at anyone. It's just not on here on the eastern suburbs, mate. Such language and behavior would show you to be low class. This better be a great view at the top here, mate. It better be beaut. Whew. To justify my exertions. So far I've been able to walk pretty much everywhere I want to go, which is nice. Not once have I felt any sense of menace. You going to join a sports club, play a bit of cricket? Oh, I think I'm more of a commentator, mate. Yeah, well, I'm getting in shape. Getting in shape to become a lifeguard. A few more weeks in Australia, I'll be able to run up this hill, mate. Oh. So where's the trash? Where's the graffiti? Where are the rival gangs? People go to the beach here, they leave their phones, their wallets, their purses, their laptops right on the beach, go for a dip, come back, everything's still there. Lifeguards not only look out for people in the sea, they also look out for thieves. Seems to have done a pretty effective job discouraging them. So that was Cronulla. We had the Cronulla riots of Native Australians versus the Lebanese. So that's a few miles from here. About 15 miles from here, 20. No rioting going on in the eastern suburbs. We're too posh. Very Anglo names around here, Victory Street. So, meanwhile in Charlottesville, big defeat for the alt-right. Well, the defendants lost the civil suit, right? Not that they have any money to pay up, but those judgments will be hanging over them for the rest of their lives. Also, it doesn't look good. So, did the alt-right acquit itself in glory at Charlottesville? I don't think so. Turns out to be a really bad idea. So Charlottesville reminds me of a situation I got into in late August or early September of 1988. I was at UCLA and I'd arrived a month early before the dormitories opened up. And there was a big tennis tournament going on at UCLA. So I didn't want to spend the money, so I climbed this outcrop to watch the tennis for free. Then, as the tournament progressed, they started sending security guards to run us out of the outcrop. So I was there watching the match for free with some other blokes. And security came up, and security said we have to leave. And as he was saying that, he slipped on the edge of the parapet. It's a very substantial fall down to the ground. And he could have lost his life. And I might have played a role in all of that. Because if I hadn't been up there, I wouldn't have been up there. Security wouldn't have been up there. So you hold an event, unlikely to have complete control of who comes. And so you then bear some responsibility for bad behavior of blokes like Fields. So my full interview with Dr. Andrew Fraser is on my Rumble account. So you have more free speech on Rumble than you do on YouTube. So YouTube gave me a strike. I had definitely put that Andrew Fraser interview on private on YouTube just so that I could download it. And somehow it ended up public and very quickly got a strike. So that's why I'm not streaming on my other channel. Oh, 41 minutes, that's all I did, right? So I primarily made a social call on Andrew Fraser, so the interview was secondary. Charlottesville journey was all from the town. Yeah, they were doomed from the start, right? So you're not only responsible for your deeds, you bear some responsibility for the repercussions of your deeds. Yeah, I just ended it so that Andrew could enjoy his dessert, so everyone could enjoy their dessert. So I primarily paid a social call on Andrew Fraser and his wife. And quick interview was just a little something on the side. This view better be worth it, mate. Looking forward to a spectacular look into the Pacific Ocean here. Just saw a book on the history of the Pacific Ocean. Like, how do you write a history of the Pacific Ocean? And in 1829, there was a tide that was unusual. I flew Fiji Airlines to Australia. Yeah, it didn't matter where the jury was from with the news coverage. So we flew over on Fiji Airlines, but we weren't just following twigs and patterns in the wave and navigating from the sun. We had full professional instruments. Ah, this is nice. The Rodney Reserve. Many people don't realize that this is don't realize that the Rodney Reserve is named after Rodney Martin for his contributions to humanity. Maybe we'll get in some Aussie rules. First test cricket match is going to be at the Gabba in Brisbane in about 2 weeks. First Ashes match. No, not after Rodney King, mate. Okay. What do we got here? Oh, this is beautiful. So about 12 hours flight going east to west will take me to Los Angeles. I think it's only 12 hours back home. While to fly straight from Los Angeles to Sydney is about 15 hours. About to have a late lunch at a kosher restaurant in Bondi. Oh, that breeze off the ocean, mate. It's tops. Yeah, this is life under a police state, mate. Go to Hungry Jack's and get yourself a veggie whopper. I don't think that place is kosher, mate. Here to support the Jewish community. Open up my wallet. Australian dollar. It's like a kangaroo dollar. It just really jumps far over here. Right? 72 American cents gets you 1 Australian dollar. Good place to raise kids if you can afford it. It's safe. Kids can ride public transport. They can go play and muck around. Oh, yeah. I'm going to turn it off right now. Sorry, mate.